Today we're going to talk about time. The standard unit of time is the second. We can convert between the second and other units using the conversions that we have here. So 1 minute is the same as 60 seconds. There are 60 seconds in a minute. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. There are 24 hours in a day. There are 7 days in 1 week, and there are 12 months in 1 year. And we can use these kind of shorthands here to denote seconds, minutes, hours and days. To easily convert between days, hours, minutes and seconds, if we're going to a smaller unit, there's going to be more of those values that fit into the bigger thing, so we need to multiply, and we multiply by how many there are in each of those different units. So if we're converting from days to hours, we multiply by 24, hours to minutes, we multiply by 60, minutes to seconds, we multiply by 60 as well. If we're converting the other way, because there are less of the larger unit in the smaller unit, we divide, so we're making it smaller, making the number smaller. Moving from seconds to minutes, we divide by 60, minutes to hours, we divide by 60, and hours to days, we divide by 24. We can use AM and PM to denote before midday, and looking at the hours before midday, or looking at the hours after midday. This is Latin for before midday, so you might know carpe diem, seize the day. Diem is Latin for day, and post meridium is after midday, after the middle of the day. So these two terms are used to describe the hours, the 12 hours before and after noon, midday. And it's sometimes very easy to get confused with midday and with midnight. Are they AM or PM? Midnight is 12 AM and midday 12 PM. We can also use 24-hour time, which does away with that, and shows the 24-hour time shows the number of hours after midnight. So the hours and minutes rather after midnight. So if we're looking at 0330 hours, that is the same as 3:30 AM. 1530 hours is 3:30 PM. 3:30 PM. Let's look at some examples here. So firstly, we're being asked to convert some times between different units, converting times between different systems, 24-hour time and AM PM, and also looking at determining a time difference between two different times. So for our first one, to convert days to minutes, our 3 days to minutes, we multiply by 24 to get those days in hours, and then we multiply by 60 to convert those hours to minutes. So we're multiplying by 24 and then multiplying by 60 to get it in minutes. And so 3 times 24 times 60 is 4,320 minutes in 3 days. To convert from months to years, we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, so we're going to need to divide, and there are 12 months in a year, so we're going to divide by 12. So 30 divided by 12 is 2.5 years. To convert from 4:30 PM to 24-hour time, what we can do is, because it's in the afternoon, it's in the PM, we know that for our 24-hour time, we count it as the hours from midnight. So there are already 12 hours gone by from midnight to midday. So we need to add those 1,200 to that 1,200 hours onto the 4 hours and 30 minutes. So we have the 1,200 plus 0430, and we get that 4:30 PM, 4:30 in the afternoon, is the same as 1630 hours. 1945, to convert this 1945 hours into the AM PM system, this is larger than 1200, so it's in the evening, so it must be PM. So in order to find out how many hours after midday it is, we can subtract the 1200 hours from that. So we have 1945 minus 1200, and we get that it's going to be at 7:45 PM. To determine the time difference between 9, 10 AM and 3:30 PM, there's going to be a few different ways that this is going to work best, and it's best to think about. But the way that I like to try and think about these kinds of problems is to look at making the difference a whole number of hours, and then seeing how far off that is from what I'm actually looking for. So 3:30 p.m. till 9:10 a.m. Okay, or the difference between those two, between 3:30 p.m. and 9:10 a.m. I know that, or I can see very easily the difference between 3:30 p.m. and 9:30 a.m. The difference between those is going to be 6 hours. So what I can do is find what the difference between those is, and there's an extra 20 minutes difference because I need to go back in time another 20 minutes to get to the 9:10 a.m. So I brought it forward to 9:30 a.m. So the difference between 3:30 p.m. and 9:30 a.m. is 6 hours, and there's an extra 20 minutes to get back to 9:10 a.m. So the answer to determine the time difference between these two times is 6 hours and 20 minutes.